Welcome to Quincast, where no conversation is off limits. Join us as we moan about pleasure,
whisper about desire,
and shout about empowerment.
We're your hosts,
Kaza.
Jules,
and Smudge.
And today we're diving into our second Then and Now, this time with Zach Kalman.
And we also have a segment today called Toy Story. And I think from the name, you might be able to figure out what that will be all about. Hi, ladies. How are we doing?
Hey, Jules.
Hey, Jules.
Hey, Smudgy.
All right. I'm very excited today to do the Then and Now for Zach, but I have decided we need to change up the name of our podcast just for this segment. Are you both okay with that?
No. Go ahead, tell us.
This is all new, so I'm very excited.
All right. I think that for a little bit, we need to call this Quinn Class because both these audios have to do with a certain trope that involves a professor. So I think we need to be called Quinn Class for this segment, ladies.
I'm with it. I like it.
Yeah, because I'm always a naughty girl.
Quinn Class is in session.
All right. Woo! All right.
So, Zach Kalman, the ginge without the minge.
Oh,
that was from one of our very first podcast episodes.
What a callback.
It seems so long ago, ladies. Oh.
It does. But he's been around for quite a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah. Since February 4th, 2022 was his very first audio drop, Psych 101. We're comparing that to one of his most recent ones called Your English Professor. So really, apples to apples here today, ladies.
How do you like them apples?
I like them apples.
How do you like them apples?
Good little hunting.
Yeah, so Psych 101. So that, his first audio has over 60,000 plays.
Yes.
From when it premiered.
Good number.
Yeah, and the tagline for this is, "You seem pretty prepared. Is tutoring what you really need?"
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, my initial view is he's bloody good at acting, isn't he? Yeah, he gives us quite a bit of a build-up with his acting skills, don't you think?
Yeah, he comes in strong, careful. Listening to his first audio, I thought this guy is not new on the block. And I do realize now, of course, after knowing him a little bit longer, knowing of him a little bit longer, that he is quite an established actor, and that comes across loud and clear, even in audio one.
Yes, it definitely does come across in this. I do, and I, like you said, there's a little bit of a build-up, and I really do enjoy that about it. But right from the get-go, my first thought was like, oh, wow, he's a good actor. Very first thought, just like you ladies.
Yeah, I was expecting, being his first audio on Quinn, I was expecting to hear a real beginner.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I was ready to like really kind of critique it. And I thought, okay, he's actually really good.
Yeah.
And he takes quite a bit of time to get into it. Now, you know, the old drag and drop, where the old sound bar goes up quite a bit. It was almost at the end. I mean, we're talking a lot of minutes. I can't remember exactly, but I think it was about 12 to 14 minutes or something like that, where that was the build-up, that was the storyline to get into it. Now, honestly, not a massive fan of that much of a build-up. What do you think?
I agree, though, with you, Smudge. And you're right. It's around the 12, 13-minute mark where you start noticing the lower register voice comes in. And that's kind of where he kind of gets away from the world building, and he starts kind of narrating what he is then doing to the listener. So I do think in this case, for me, I think it was a pretty decent buildup. What do you think, Kaza?
Yeah, I think so too. I noticed this exact same thing, that he definitely spends a decent amount of time on world building, on scene setting, character development, that kind of stuff. And I'm imagining that really comes from his acting background. So at first I was similar to you, Smudge. I was like, oh my gosh, all right, we get it. You're tutoring someone in a library. Like, I don't really care about that.
Yeah, you're good. Here's your Oscar. Fuck off. Let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Get to it. So, but I also know that, a lot of people love that, as I saw in the comments. People love that slow world building and stuff. For me, yeah, I was a little bit like, okay. Went on a little bit too long for me.
I'm going to go off and make a cup of tea. I'm going to come back. Oh, we're still in the build-up stage. Awesome.
I love it.
Let me slide to the piece.
And before we slide to the piece to discuss that, I do just want to mention, just for listeners who have never listened to this audio, a couple of the tags that just might also give you some context to how Zach is in this audio. So it's male for female, teacher and student, class teaching assistant, late night study session, nervous, library hookup, oral, and finish inside as well.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that the number of tags generously increased through Zach Kalman's career with
Yes.
Quinn.
Oh, yes.
That's quite a small amount of tags considering the
Yeah.
length of the audio itself. It's 22 minutes long. Normally, you're talking double that amount of hashtag. See, I've said hashtags again. See, listeners, Clitisons, I have been berated. I am on the naughty girl step because apparently I've made up a whole new term for Quinn tags and I just call it hashtags for no reason whatsoever. So
Like we're on
I'm
Twitter.
I'm gonna try. I'm trying. Okay, so there were limited amount of tags in this particular audio, and it literally doubles and triples with the amount of tags as we get further on in his Quinn career. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree. There were. I was very surprised how short the tag list was, and not that I work for Quinn or that anybody has to listen to what we say about tags, but I was surprised.
They should,
right? I was very surprised they didn't have tags about spitting or choking. In this one, I was very surprised because I truly, with how kind of sweet this audio is, that wouldn't be something I was expecting. And I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely loved that. But I was just like, whoa, I didn't see those tags. And I feel like nowadays, maybe it's because Quinn's been around. It's 2025 now. Maybe they have also started doing that. Maybe making sure that you kind of cover all bases with your tags.
That's a really good point. I didn't, because I did make some notes about the spitting and the choking. I didn't even think that, well, because again, as you all know, Clitisons, I don't read tags. So I didn't notice it was missing because I didn't read them at all. So thank you, Jules. But yeah, I'm surprised that those weren't in there.
Right? I just all of a sudden that popped up, and maybe it's for the best because I was like, oh, hello. Was not expecting that.
Technically, we're doing a then and now of Quinn as well in their journey on how to tag audios and how to make the listeners aware of what the content is. So it is a bit of a then and now on Quinn. Well done.
They could have added the tag. You got to spit on that thing.
Give it that hawk tour.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk tour and spit on that thing. You get me?
Oh my God, was hawk tour around in February 2022?
Let me just say no, but if anyone has listened to Missy Elliott, the amazing Missy Elliott sing, she's the first one that ever said hawk tour in a song, just saying.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
She was.
But what I really liked about this audio, and again, this is that preference thing, is I really liked how sweet it was. I really liked how green he sounded. Like he just sounded so sweet. We shouldn't be doing this. Constantly saying, oh, you're so amazing. I can't believe this. You're so gorgeous. And as the girl that loves validation and praise, that I just thought was so sweet, and I absolutely loved that part.
Yeah,
I love the line that he said where she took her sweater off, and he said, "Oh my God," or "Oh wow, you look like that all the time."
Yes.
And it's like, ah, it's just like, is this a Valentine's Day one? It was very sweet.
He definitely played that, again, his acting comes in here, right? Because he definitely plays that, nerdy TA who doesn't usually get laid.
Yes.
Right?
He did sound quite surprised and shocked that he was in that position.
And that, because it's funny because we're doing the then and now thing, I was like, oh, this is when he was newer and nervous. And I'm like, no, Kaza, he's actually acting here, which is making you think that he's green and new when he's really just acting like a dork.
Yes.
But a sexy dork, a hot ginger sexy dork.
Oh, yeah.
Adorkable. Oh, so adorkable.
Adorkable. I saw that in the comments a lot. Adorkable.
My favorite part. Oh my gosh. I did one of those slide things, and it wasn't even like a sexy part. I did the slide. I loved the way he said, "You aren't wearing any panties."
Again, that TA was like, I never get any.
Yeah, it was very virginal, wasn't it? It was very like, oh my God.
Yes.
This is happening, people. This is happening.
Oh my God. Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
I also loved that even in his first audio, you could tell, clearly he writes some of the script, right? But you can tell a lot of it is ad-libbed. without even knowing for sure, he is someone who definitely just does like bullet points of
Yes.
of the scene, and he just takes it from there, and he does it really well.
Yeah, talking of these comments, one of the people that put a comment in against this audio, genuinely masterclass. They put, "Stop. Oh my God, I'm actually a psych major, so this felt so real." And I was like, what happens at these colleges in America? For the love of God, don't you have rules?
I'm going back to school.
Yep. Couple things I do like with what happens in this though is like we mentioned earlier around that 13-minute mark where things, start getting hot
Yeah,
and
when
heavy.
I'd finish my cup of tea. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that's when I did start to notice, like when the lower register started, he was being super adorable, flirty, and then all of a sudden it's, oh yeah, I can choke you a little bit. Like, all right,
Yeah.
I get to, then it starts with the "you taste so good," and what did you both think about his sound effects for his first audio?
So, yes, sound effects. Sloppy? Sloppy. I don't know any other word for it. Very sloppy. It was very, very salivary.
Yes.
And he didn't use any sound effects for, the penetration, the juicy bits, the moistness, however you want to put it. He didn't use any. He did for all of his mouth oral stuff, but not at all for the penetration bit. But he does for his recent ones. He obviously changed quite along the way.
Yeah, I noticed same thing. The penetration part, he did have a sound effect as far as like a banging noise or something, like something, there's movement
It was a
happening.
slap. Yeah.
But it was more like it was like, I thought it was kind of like a weird banging sound. It almost like pulled me out a little bit. I'm like, what is happening with this sound? Like,
I heard that too.
Yeah.
I thought when I heard that sound, I thought somebody was not. I had my headphones in, and I thought somebody was knocking on a door.
yeah.
And I turned my head.
Oh,
I was like, wait.
I'm like, you're gonna get caught. Someone's coming into the library.
Where I was like, ooh, this is about to get even spicier. But no.
But no.
I thought he'd knocked something off the desk, and I almost went down to the floor and to pick something up because I thought something had fallen. Yeah, I think there was some learning happening over the following 100 or how many 50 audios that he did. That got better.
Yeah, I agree. There is also one part where it's right where the listener starts riding him in the library. And sorry, I just love to say that. And
riding him in the library with a candlestick. It's like an Stephen clue.
I love when you say it, so you can say it again.
Riding in the library. So I did notice, and again, maybe this was just part of it, but he sounds really far away for like a few seconds. And I was like, is he reaching for something for like to make a sound effect? And then he like comes back in. But for a second, I was thrown out of it for a second, trying to figure out, because he sounds like he's far away for a second, but I didn't know if that was part of it or not. But that's kind of the only other thing I noticed with the sound effects.
Yeah, when we get to the now, I noticed that, and in that audio, I could tell it's very intentional how he uses the mic in that way, but this one I wasn't sure either.
Yes.
The other thing I noticed in this one, which I was impressed by, again, right out of the gate, is he talks about what's going on in the scene in a very kind of natural way versus like I'm instructing the listener what's happening here. It's just really like he said, oh, you want me to what? Spit on your hand? Like he says it like instead of like, okay, now I'm going to spit on your hand. Like, for some phrases that live into that, it's so like I'm telling the listener this. He does such a good job of folding it in. Yeah, I can choke you a little.
Yes.
So it never once was I like, that actually helped me come into the scene. Careful, Jesus. Be part of the scene. So I thought that was masterful, because that is something that can be a real pet peeve for me if it's not done well, and Zach does it really well.
Yes.
Yeah, he definitely started strong with that. Absolutely.
Really, really strong. And I do have a few more comments I would love to read, because I just think these comments really, really show exactly how this audio is. So a few of them are, my praise kink that stemmed from academic pressure is going off right now. Love that one.
Yep.
I love the disbelief. Like he can't believe he is with you. It's so romantic and hot. And the last one, like we've been talking about, perfect combination of adorkable and fucking sexy as fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
I noticed that one too.
He definitely, do you think he went slightly over the top with the consent aspect of it. It's the only other note that I've got on it was I just felt that he checked in a little bit too much, where he'd done all this scene setting, which was, long but good, immersive. But then he did check in a lot. And some of the comments did say in the comments bit that, some people enjoyed it, the comments, and then the check-ins, and then other people said kind of a little bit too many, would prefer a little bit less check-ins. What did you guys think?
I didn't notice, which is interesting. The only kind of check-in, if you will, that I did notice and I was surprised by is when he said, "Oh, I just came inside of you. Is that okay?" Because I was like, a little too fucking late, pal.
Closing the door after the horse has bolted.
I was gonna say the horse is bolted, pal. That was the only check-in I remember, because I remember thinking, too late.
Yeah, I actually didn't notice the too many check-ins either. Interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's probably my sub-brain, because I'd notice them, because it does tend to pull you from the scene. It's such. So yeah, it might well be that it was just me, but I might have to go back and listen to it again and see if there was as many check-ins as I thought.
But I think that's interesting, Smudge, because to your point, for you, it might be too many check-ins. For me and Jules, it might not have been, and maybe that's why we didn't notice.
I didn't notice at all. Yeah.
So yeah, I think
really good point.
It was probably happening, but to us, it was like it didn't pull us out, but for you, it did. Yeah,
absolutely.
A couple of the comments that stood out for me was, "This healed something in me that my academic praise kink always needed."
Oh, yes.
And this one is, "The artistry shines through. Zach's ability to capture and captivate the audience is astounding, mastering the timing and pulling the listener into the scene so much that at times I was responding out loud."
Damn.
Like that really speaks to his ability to set this scene.
Yes. If he doesn't have that as a tattoo on him, I'd be surprised. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and cute and hot seem to be a real theme.
Yes.
In the
combo. I love the combo.
Yeah. Right?
It's so good.
Yeah.
And also for his first audio, he got a lot of comments.
So many comments.
Well, it sounds like in some of the comments too, like people go back and listen to this again and again and will leave new comments because they've noticed something else, or it's a popular one, clearly, because people say, like, I come back to this over and over. This is my favorite one on the app, which is really impressive for a first audio.
Yes. Unbelievable.
Right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think the oldest or the newest comment was 4 months ago. And for bear in mind his massive library, that's a lot to comment, because if you think about the 80-20 rule, only 20% of people will comment out of the 100% that listen. So to have a comment that was put on 4 months ago on your very first audio, that says something.
Yeah, your audio from 3 years ago. Like, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Impressive. So he came out swinging.
He did.
Literally.
So let's get in our time machine, shall we? And move up to present day. So, Zach Cowman now.
Zach Cowman.
Your English professor. We did March 11th, 2025. So we went new-ish.
Yes, new-ish. And I don't know if you've noticed, because we are in Quinn class, so it is very similar to his first audio. And the tagline for this is, "Well done today. See me in my office hours." And it has over 20,000 plays. And just because these are similar themed audios, I do want to read the tags up front. So these tags are different. They are very different. There's also a content warning at the beginning for age gap relationships, as well as discussion of sexual ethics in literature. So for this, the tags are professor, older man, taboo, seduction, conflicted, infidelity, DDLG. I had to look that one up. Daddy Dom, little girl. I had never heard that tag before. I had never seen that one before. Hair pulling, manhandling, commands, slut, good girl, spanking, oral, penetration, daddy, finish inside.
Many more tags.
Like triple the amount from his first.
But yeah, like really just a lot more, which is so interesting because it is such a similar audio. Not only
very similar
topic, but approach as well, and some similar plot lines, and some. I mean, yes, some of the action was different, so warranted some more tags. But I think to Smudge's point, it is interesting to see where Quinn has come. Careful, Jesus, I say that word a lot.
It's ingrained in your
Say that word a
mind.
lot.
I know, Saz. From then to now, and it's, I mean, I could never have imagined years ago that that kind of content warning would be on an audio.
Same.
No, not at all.
Mm.
But he still kept to the let's build you up over a long period of time.
This was, because this audio was 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
20 something minutes, 21 minutes, 22 minutes of build up. Just saying.
Yeah.
It was a lot. This one was a lot of build up.
2,000 years later.
I mean, it's no great AJ with the friggin' magician 40-minute
I
build
literally thought the exact
Yeah.
same thing when I was listening to this.
But yeah, it was like, and again, it's interesting because he does create such a compelling story. But for me, with this, it's like, okay, this is not really the place for all of this. Like this, there's a different outlet for all of this storytelling and character building.
Yeah.
It's awesome, but it was just like, I didn't.
And it's Patreon or Cameo or
Yeah.
somewhere where you can delve into a little bit more. I mean, it was practically a soap opera episode. Yeah, and I think we're here to discuss these audios. We're not here to we're not promoting these.
Right.
We're talking in depth about how we feel about them as real Quinn listeners. And
Yeah.
I fast forwarded
Yep.
because it was too much, far too much.
Yeah.
When it got into it, we'll talk about that. But we do need to mention the fact that it also didn't have as many, it's not had as many plays as his previous 5 or 6 audios that he released, and he's released subsequent ones with more plays as well. And I think there's you do have to listen to your audience, don't you, somewhat?
Yeah. I mean, and I think his audience does tend to enjoy his world building, but I wonder if even for them, it went on a little bit too long.
People have busy lives.
Yeah.
It just went on far too long.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
My first thing I said when I went to listen to the audio was 45 minutes.
Oh, hell no!
That truly was my very first reaction. 45 minutes. What?
But in this audio, he does use that mic technique that we referenced a little bit in the then, where he backs away from the mic and then he comes, like when he came in close to the mic, when he was looking over her shoulder, I literally felt like he was looking over my shoulder. Like it was incredible, his use of the mic, and of course the binaural helps as well. But that whole distance and close, good stuff.
Really good stuff. That's what I was about to ask. Like, where was the binaural tag for this one? I was so caught off guard with that, in a very pleasant way. I like jumped out of my seat. I was like, oh my gosh, like I wasn't expecting. And then that's what I really started getting into it when that happened in both my ears.
Yeah.
See, I noticed that the walk around didn't necessarily notice the massive binaural. So he could have been walking around his mic in the booth and he would have come up with that exact same feeling. So binaural, if you hear a binaural microphone, the two microphones, and you go from one ear to the other,
yes,
the difference is quite different. It's quite different.
So
I think what he did was he walked around the microphone.
Oh,
which is a little bit of a
that's a
thing
good
that
Okay,
they
well
do.
then maybe that's why the tag wasn't there for binaural then.
And again, he's mastering the mic. Like like I always thought that was kind of fascinating. Like I like to watch like The Voice and those singing competition shows. Like how that's part of delivering a song is pulling the mic away or bringing it closer. Like I think that shit's so cool. Like the little things you can do to make such a different emotional impact. And Zach really does it in this audio for sure.
Definitely. So let's get into the nitty gritty of it then. So we've had the build up and the knock at the fucking door. What did we think about, the dive into the actual scene itself?
Well, all right. I really like this. Okay, I really liked when first of all, I was very surprised that she was wearing a petticoat, and that took me out of it for a second, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I thought I was back in 1750s.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was so thrown off by that. I didn't know if it was like a role play thing or something, but we moved by it. I did like how when they started making out everything, he just, not that I don't think he sounded confident in his first one, but his voice gets so like gravelly in this one. And He just doesn't seem as green. I hate saying it like that because I don't think he sounded like a newbie in his first audio, but I feel like he's dripping with confidence in this one.
Yeah, I think, Jules, I think the difference is in his first audio, he's playing like a nerdy TA. In this one, he's a professor.
Yeah.
His acting, I don't think it's green and experienced. I think he did such a good job acting. He sounded inexperienced in the first one because he was meant to be. This
Absolutely.
one, he's meant to sound experienced because he's a married professor.
Yeah.
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 I completely agree. I think his acting skills are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Really.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Really good.
I'll be honest, I love me a good spanking tag. And I don't know, the way he did it in this one, I feel like I'm used to in audios with it just being like, all right, bend over, I'm gonna do this. But his was just kind of more natural. Like he just kind of did it whenever, he felt like he wanted to. And I don't know, that surprised me a little bit. And I really liked that part of it. His sound effects in this one, hello.
Really good.
Right?
Hello.
Yeah.
I mean, well, before even the sound effects, the sexual tension buildup
So good.
was really good, right? So you have the story, and then it's like the tension starts, like you said, Smudge, about 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
And slowly elevates for like 8 minutes
Yes.
of the sexual tension build. And I was in every minute of that I thought, this is great. And the student is really, really coming on to him hard. And he's like, I don't know, this doesn't feel right. And
Yeah.
so that was pretty sexy too. But yeah, that tension build up, really good.
Love good tension.
Really good. And he comes like a fucking freight train, that boy.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Oh
God. He genuinely, like, and I had to go back and listen to a few more. Now I know we do the then and now where we just do the two, but I went back to check because I've not listened to an awful lot of him. A couple of his M-Dom ones I have. And yeah, my God, that guy, that sounds proper real as well. Like, I mean, I'm not going to cast aspersions or say that he does or if he doesn't, because that's his own business. But I'm going to say he does.
And if he doesn't, his sound effects are really, really good because it was very realistic.
That arrival was perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, then they really get into it. Great sound effects, great arrival. I have to say, I didn't love when it shifted and she's seducing him. He finally gives in and whatnot. They go at it. They do their thing. And then he's like, oh, you came in because you want me to treat you like a little slut. And like, now I understand, like we had the whole like slut segment, right? Totally get it. That we all agreed that in the right context, it can be very hot. It did not feel like that context to me. This felt more shaming than it did because there isn't this established relationship where they're speaking this way to each other in the bedroom. It's like a teacher and a student, and now the professor's calling her a slut, and you want me to treat you like the slut that you are. It didn't feel sexy. It felt shaming to me.
I also agree with the slut thing. Because I also, it makes me think of in his first audio that we just talked about, he doesn't call her a slut, but he says like, oh, like, do you like getting a little slutty in the library? Like the way he says that, it's like very fun, very different. But I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I thought about it until I thought about it.
Totally. I mean, I would in this particular audio, I would go back and listen to the cooch smooching again and again and again because it was good. He smooched it really well.
You did. I was like, I literally wrote down his eating has improved greatly.
He does more fine dining these days than he did back in his McDonald's days.
Dinner is served. That's right. I do have a question for you ladies. And again, I do feel like so much of this is personal preference. But I typically don't listen to infidelity tags. It's just not my thing, like whatever. But I remember I got a little bit taken out with this audio where towards the end, like I was feeling it towards the end. I really was. And then he comes inside her, and the second he does, he goes, oh God, we shouldn't have done that. And I was like, oh my God, post-nut clarity already? Like you're still in there. Wait a second. It was peppered with praise right after that, but it threw me for a loop.
Yeah. You're right, Jules. Immediate regret and post-nut clarity. Yeah, it was like to the point where if that was me and some guy had just shot his load inside me and said that, I'd be like, get the fuck off me, get away from me. And I would feel shit about myself.
Oh.
Yes. Exactly.
Yikes.
Before I forget though, I do want to read a couple of the comments from this. This is very many people's cup
Yeah.
of tea, which I love. So I have,
Mhm.
all right. I think it's safe to say we are all sat for storytelling, whispers, and elbow-patched clad Zach today. I like that one. I love that.
I love
I
that. That's
immediately got
cute.
a
Yeah.
a vision of him like in that outfit.
Same.
So this one is the
Same.
build, the heat, the temptation. This was absolutely tantalizing, a work of art. I can't stop biting my lip as if I'm in the story. Bravo, Professor Zach.
So that has been Zach Kalman's Then and Now. So we have to rate on the
Yes, we
wet scale,
do.
ladies. Jules,
All right.
you're first up.
For
Careful.
Zach Kalman's very first audio on Quinn, Psych 101, I thought about this a lot as we've been chatting. The aftercare is super quick but adorable. I loved, like I said, the adorkability of it. I have a thing though where if somebody is a stranger and it's going to be like a strangers to lovers type situation, which I consider this, I don't care if they're in the same class.
Yeah, absolutely.
I always wish that, again, personal preference, but I always wish creators would do what I call the Maresy, which is Maresy always takes 2 seconds to say, let me put on a condom. Let me put on a condom. And I don't know why, but for me with this type of strangers to lovers thing, I always like that. So I didn't love that that wasn't a part of it. I know I'm ridiculous with that, but
No.
I really liked how he was just okay being a dork about it and like fanning all over her, the listener.
Mhm.
So I think for this one, I think I'm actually going to up what I was going to do. I was going to do a stream. I think I'm going to go for tidal wave. And I really liked how dorky and approachable and cute he was in this one. Good job, Zach.
Wow. Tidal wave.
Yeah, I'm going to up it. All right, Kaza, what about you?
For me with the Psych 101, I am going between trickle and stream myself.
Strickle.
Strickle.
A stream. So you know what? I'm gonna go with stream. The only thing that was bringing me back to trickle was that whole, I just came inside of you. Is that okay? I mean, again, similar to what you're saying, Jules. Like, if it's like a strangers to lovers, like, don't come
Yeah.
inside. It throws me too, even though they're not technically strangers, like you said.
I
But
know.
if it's a strangers to lovers, just shoot elsewhere. So, but I'm gonna go stream.
Yeah.
Shoot your stream, Kaza.
Yeah, shoot your stream elsewhere.
All right, Smudgy, what about you, babe?
So, unfortunately, it's not my thing and very not my thing. So, unfortunately, drier than an unge chuff here. So, I'm going to say just for effort, I'm going to just say a trickle. Because it wasn't awful for me, but it just wasn't my thing. Just wasn't my thing. Far
Not
too
your
much build
bag,
up
baby.
and
They're not my bag, baby.
not my thing. So yeah, it's just a trickle for me.
All right, English professor. Right, was everything that?
Yes.
Yeah. Your English professor, Jules. What do you think?
All right. So as much as I loved the build up to an extent with this one, I obviously like talking about ethics and everything. I still was thrown off by the quick switch. I did not like at the end that post-nut clarity we talked about. There were just a couple things I was thrown off. I was thrown off by Daddy showing up randomly one time in it. Yeah, so this just isn't my bag as well. So I'm gonna say trickle for this one. Yeah.
For me, for your English professor, the sexual tension buildup was delicious. The cooch smooching, close to top notch. You know, I compare everyone to a nanny, and it's not quite there, but it was good. And despite a couple little things that didn't quite hit the mark, I'm going tidal wave.
All right.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Much?
Yeah, I'm going trickle again. Really simply, there just wasn't my thing, and I can appreciate it without question. But if you're talking about did my juices flow, no. So I'm going to give a trickle because there were a few bits in there where there was a bit of, throat fucking and a couple of things that I thought I did like the word slut. It was a little bit out of context and didn't quite get on board with it completely. But you know me, I do like it. A nice slut dropped in there. So yeah, be a trickle for me as well.
All right.
All right.
Well done, Zach. We hope this feedback was helpful.
Well done, Zach. Yes.
Thanks, Zach.
Please go and check Zach Cowman's extensive library out on Quinn and of his socials. We will be popping them in the show notes for everybody to go and have a look.
And as always, please remember, if it suits you to favorite your creator, that helps greatly for their Quinn reputation.
Absolutely. That was then and now. So what are we going on to next, ladies?
It's Toy Story time.
I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself.
So excited.
Woo! Me too. I'm really excited to talk about this.
I mean, kind of perfect to go from some delicious audios
Yes.
to now let's talk about some equipment you can use with said audios. Tools, I guess.
Oh, said audios. Yes. Okay, so we're going to cover some of the really boring stuff. No, we're not.
No.
There was literally nothing boring about this, by the way. Hours. It wasn't doom scrolling, it was toy scrolling. It was hours. I couldn't believe what I was seeing half the time.
I went down the road of I just wanted to pull out interesting tidbits and historical facts and well, I guess kind of a then and now for toys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it is.
It is,
literally
right?
is a then and now. It really is though.
Look at us. How cohesive is this episode? And we didn't even plan it.
And we didn't even know it was going to be that cohesive because they never are.
This is how skilled we have become, ladies, after 6 months.
It is. Yeah.
So speaking of then and now, the then that I have to start off with, because it just blew my mind. The oldest dildo was found in a cave in southern Germany in 2005. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
In a cave. So ladies were getting theirs before fire was even figured out. In the cave. It was a stone phallus, estimated to be around 28,000 years old.
That's incredible. I'm not great, but is that dinosaur? That's dinosaur territory, right? That's Ice Age. Yeah.
It's literally the Ice Age.
Yeah. So likely one of the earliest sex toys on Earth, made from silt stone.
Yep.
So it's proof that humans have been creative for a very long time. Archaeologists tried to rebuild it from 14 different fragments. And so it ended up measuring about 20 centimeters or 8 inches long.
Okay, standard.
And 3 centimeters wide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, must have been some very sexy caveman caves. Some nice sounds coming out of those. To be fair, how
right?
they've got to have something, haven't they? How boring was it? Go out, kill a dinosaur, come back, eat it, sleep, paint on some caves.
Nothing to do.
Yeah,
except yourself.
Yeah. So while they're out gathering, she's at home coming.
Well, it's a hard job.
Female empowerment during the Ice Age.
Yes.
But genuinely, it really did make me laugh, but think as well. How incredible is that? 28,000 years ago, people were using sex toys.
Well, I think that's the thing. Of course, sex has obviously been around forever. That's why we have a human population. But it really does take something just to be think about that long ago, though, that people were pleasuring themselves. Obviously not the way we are now, but using a siltstone object.
It's 28,000 years ago, living in the USA, which is so young, that doesn't even compute in my brain. If it's something that's 500 years old, I'm ooh.
And also 8 inches. Come on, that's over average, right? We're talking 4 to 5 inches is the average, I think now.
Mm-hmm.
8 inches. So that means there were a lot of well-hung cavemen, because they would have had to have modeled it on what they knew, surely. And what they knew, they walked around in skirty loinclothy things, didn't they? Or naked. Yeah. So they would have seen, prehistoric dongs quite a lot. So they would have had to have gone on what they saw. So the average caveman was 8 inches.
Or I wonder, because it was likely also used in like religious ceremonies or ceremonial purposes and whatnot. So, because I'm sure back then it was a man's world as well, men probably designed it at the size that they told people they were versus what they really were.
Yeah, I'm this big.
So, yeah. So take the number and subtract 3.
Or going on like when you say about that, do you think they like measured the woman and what the vaginal canal to see how long it was, and then and fitted it to, and
what made you go there?
If they thought that highly of women back then.
You said about it being used for religious ceremonies and stuff. Well, surely it would have had to have fit, so they would have had to have sort of gauged.
I mean men were probably freaking bowing to the altar of their dicks. Like it's probably just a symbol that they are praying
you mean
to.
Dick worship.
Dick worship. Like, yeah, I
we
think
have
it's
that
like,
now.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Some of us.
My guess would be that it had nothing to do with the women.
Okay, that's absolutely. Sorry, there's me thinking that the world was a better place, but
no, they're like, let's make
silly
fire
smug.
and lie about the size of our dicks even back then. But what's funny though is I also found that, oh my gosh, just the ancient civilizations are just so fascinating to me. Even dating back to ancient Greece, like 500 BCE, they found a play, like a play that had been written. I don't know how it had been written, but it was the ancient Greeks. And it was a woman complaining about her husband as an absent lover. And so they were actually talking about like the phallic shaped object that they had to use, like when the husband wasn't around. So even back then, people were laughing about like, oh, my husband's away all the time. Like, what am I going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. Me.
Yeah. Oh my. I wonder if it's because I saw that the ancient Greeks and Romans would use like bread dough shaped into a phallus.
Dough.
And it was called
I saw that.
Elizabeth,
I don't know,
yes.
but they would pleasure.
Yes.
Elizabeth, yeah. So shit's real when fucking history's serving carbs and climax. Like, yes, please. Yes, please. I mean,
carbs and
yes, please. I mean, could you imagine the yeast infections back then?
Oh, but literally.
And it would have had to have been like moldy hard bread as well.
I would. I mean,
you couldn't go and buy a fucking tiger loaf, could you? And like ram it up.
It might get a little soggy.
I mean, that's a man who came up with that bread. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We do love our carbs.
True.
Wow.
We do. All right, I do have like one more fact, but this one, all of the other facts I have found hardcore, like concrete evidence. Hardcore evidence, Jules. Who are you?
Yeah.
But this one doesn't actually have any actual evidence to it, but I think it's awesome and I want it to be real. So in ancient Egypt, they have found hollowed out dildos that they know were used for pleasure.
Okay.
But they believe that women in ancient Egypt would take live bugs, mostly bees, because literally they buzz, and would put them in the hollowed out part, and that it was like the very first like official vibrator back in.
Oh my God.
Again, there's no concrete evidence because bees aren't going to survive in this for thousands of years, but I would love to think this really happened.
We are 100% standing by that because that is amazing.
Done.
Oh my! I mean, how clever are women?
So clever.
And yet stupid. I mean, what if one get out? It's just me buzzing around in there.
That's a really good point. Ouch.
Maybe it was worth it. A sting for a climax.
Yeah, and well, they didn't have fucking EpiPens back then. I don't know.
Oh my god! Imagine that. You're just trying to have a good time and
you just freaking swell right up. Instead of your throat closing, your vagina closing.
Oh god.
No. I mean, there's ideas, and then there's fucking stupid ones.
I
mean, you got to catch the bees. I mean, come on, and the wasp. You got to catch them first, and they're not just going to go. Oh, let me just go into that really weird tube that you've got.
Do not ruin this for us. We love this idea that bees in a hollow phallus was the first vibrator.
Can you imagine being like a wealthy ancient Egyptian woman and being like, "Phallico, go fetch my bees."
Phallico,
my bees.
Phallico, wherefore art thou, Phallico?
I don't know why that's the word that I just came up with.
And it's very good. I liked it. Yeah.
Touch me.
Yeah.
My
I'm laughing so
Yeah.
much.
So one of the first modern vibrators, the trémousse, which is French. Thank you.
Oui, oui.
But literally
Trémousse.
translates to wiggle
Well,
in English. To wiggle or jiggle in English.
wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
It was invented in France in 1934 to treat hysteria in
Oh,
women,
I have many things
a
about
condition that caused anxiety, sleeplessness, irritability, erotic fantasies, feelings of heaviness in the lower abdomen, and wetness between the legs. So this was a clockwork device. So they used a little wind-up key,
Like a little
like a
wind-up toy.
car.
Yeah.
Yes, to make it do that. But I mean, before the, trémousse, doctors would just cure hysteria by lubricating their hands with vegetable oil and massaging the genitals until climax.
Well, at least vegetable oil is healthier than carbohydrate.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But yeah, it was but to speed things up, the first motorized vibrator was invented. And here's a little fun fact I thought was good. Motorized vibrators hit the homes faster than the vacuum cleaner.
Yes.
So,
of course they did.
So irons and vacuum cleaners were electrified after the vibrator. So
God,
housewives were busy already.
Yeah, I did see that there was a lot of hand cranking. So like a hand whisk. There was a lot that looked like a whisk with a handle, and you span it. And I was thinking, how'd you do that? That's carpal tunnel syndrome all over it, isn't it? That's horrendous. They must have had some proper fucking forearms, them women back in the 1800s.
Yeah. I mean, have you guys ever? Sorry, I'm bringing it back to this hysteria thing because I have done so much research about hysteria. Not just today. I just find it a very fascinating topic. I used to think it was a fake thing.
Mhm.
I didn't know it actually happened in the late 1800s. But I thought it's really funny about it is, again, like we're saying, the reason that they ended up coming up with the first mechanical vibrator is because the doctors were getting so sore. Their hands were literally getting disfigured because they were giving these pelvic massages to women and making them come as a medical procedure. So they were like sticking their hands in ice. They were like, we're gonna need surgery. And so they had to brainstorm to come up with this. And if I got to bring it back to movies, that's my thing. I highly suggest, my husband and I actually watched this together and we were both like, what? There is a really, really, really well-made 2011 movie with Hugh Dancy in it and Maggie Gyllenhaal. And it's all about hysteria. Like it is that perfect mix of like funny, historical, and like what the fuck. I highly suggest it. It is absolutely amazing.
What's the name of it?
To watch. It's literally called Hysteria.
Oh, that's the name of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's from 2011. I'm pretty sure it's free on Netflix right now, actually.
So look at that, because once again, because the poor man's hand was hurting, they had to do something to make his life easier.
Maybe if you got a better technique, it would have been quicker.
Like their version of the man flu.
Did either of you see the steam-powered manipulator? That's literally what it's called. The steam,
beg your pardon,
1869, right? The steam-powered manipulator. It was known as the first hand crank vibrator ever created, years before electricity would be involved. And it was frightening. It looked like, do you know like a steam train? If you got a little toy steam train, it looked like that, but it had got like a pointy bit that comes out of the front, red, and they put rubber over it, and it just moved in and out at speed, like a punching thing, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and it was steam. People put hot,
and it was powered by steam.
and the woman would literally just lay down, open her legs, insert it in, and then just open the valve, and it would just go until the steam ran out.
Are you kidding?
No, honestly,
stop it right now.
It had a little pressure gauge on it and everything. We're gonna put a picture. If we can put a picture in the show note, we're gonna put a picture of it, and we'll see. But we'll put it on our socials. We'll put it on our socials. But yes, the first steam-powered manipulator. So
steam. What was she trying to do? Iron out her cervix? Like
what? I was like that. What would you do?
I mean, that's vanity if you don't like the wrinkles in your cervix. Jesus. Let's take it a little bit too far, ladies. A
Yeah.
steam-powered
God, I'm done.
vibrator.
Yeah, and obviously, and
Oh.
then, it's a big leap until 1983 when the rabbit was invented. Yay! Like, God, for
Oh,
1983.
yay!
I mean, I was only 10. I wasn't using one, but yay for 1983.
I mean, really, to go from like wood, because I read about
Oh,
wood
God,
dildos, like
splinters.
like to go from wood and bread now to like silicone and much
Yeah.
better
Yeah,
materials,
yeah, absolutely.
glass,
Yes.
whatever.
I mean,
but yeah, it's been a big leap.
Yeah.
Huge leap. And I mean, I remember when in the 90s when TV shows would start kind of, and my mom would be like, Jules, you can't watch this. But I remember when TV shows started getting a little more sexual on screen. And then, and I remember when I got old enough to watch Sex in the City. I guess Sex in the City is like one of the very first TV shows to ever show a vibrator on screen and like have the characters talk about it all the time, how they use it, spend days in bed using it. I just remember being like, wow, they're talking about this on TV. That's okay. All right. This must be all right.
Very, very interesting fact. It blew my mind. Do you know where the word beaver comes from for the female anatomy? Do you know where it comes from? Beaver.
No.
It's from the rabbit.
God,
so
no.
in Japan, where they designed and built the first rabbit, they were not, the manufacturers in Japan were not allowed to make sex toys to be a sex toy. So they got around it by shaping their devices into animal shapes, like turtles, kangaroos, and beavers.
Oh my God, I did
Honestly,
not know that.
blew my mind. I don't know if I knew where the word beaver come from, but I thought it was just like it just existed. It was just another made up term. But yeah, because they got around all of the laws in Japan by making them animal shaped
God.
and calling it
I did not know that. That's funny.
Okay, that is absolutely amazing. And it makes sense, Smudge, because I did some research as well with Japan, and I just thought it was funny that like right now Japan is one of the largest sex toy markets. Yeah, they even have vending machines in certain parts of Japan where you can buy
Can you imagine?
like a vibrator.
Yes, love. Can you get me a 7-Up, please? Yeah, and a rabbit. Thank you.
Which, I mean, speaking of beaver, okay, this is a funny little side note. Have you guys heard of the book Brenda's Beaver Needs a Barber?
Yes,
Yeah,
I've heard of
Brenda's
all
Beaver
of
Needs
those
a Barber,
books.
yeah.
Right. So I first heard about that book from my mother,
Nice.
who thought it was so freaking funny. She had us do a Zoom call. All the daughters came on, and she read it to us.
No, did she know what it was? She knew what it was about.
Oh, she knew exactly what it was about.
Oh, fabulous.
Oh yeah. She thought it was hysterical because this
Oh my
was, I mean,
God.
this is not an old book. What was it like?
Yeah.
It's not too long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Pretty
we were
recent.
all well adults, but she thought it was so funny. Like, and we went on Zoom and she tried to read it out loud, and the tears are coming down her face because she's laughing so hard. That's one of my memories of my mother is her reading.
It's funny how we
Brenda's Beaver Needs a
mention
Barber.
toys and we go straight to vibrator, though, isn't it? Vibrators and dildos. I mean, there's 1,000 toys. There are, butt plugs, anal beads,
Well, now
nipple
there
guns.
are,
I mean, genuinely, that's just my, it's my cupboard. But there's so many toys to go from. I'm quite sure they may have had anal beads in the caves back in the day, but but a lot of these toys
wasn't much
now,
else to do.
it's incredible. I mean, I've seen some of them. I mean, I wouldn't know where to put them.
Yeah, I mean, you go into
Literally.
literally. I mean, if
Literally.
you still go into an adult toy store in person, it is overwhelming. And I have to say, I haven't been in one in a while because online. But whenever you did, the people who worked there were very kind and knowledgeable. They'd be like, "What type of sensation are you looking for? Who are you in a relationship with? What's the gender? What's the desired outcome?" And they'd be like, take you to the right department and give you all your. I'm like a car salesman, but lovely.
Yes, but absolutely lovely. And do you remember, again, back in the day, like I do all my online shopping as well, but we used to have a store here in the US. It's called Amazing's. I don't know if that's okay, other places, but it was literally like a sex toy store, with porn, all of that. But I remember like the first time I ever went in to actually buy one, and she was like, "All right, I'm going to test it for you." And I was like, "What? You're going to test it? What do you mean?"
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Guys, she meant she was going to, I was 18. I shouldn't have been thinking that. She
Ah,
meant she was
right.
going to test the batteries
Oh.
to make sure that it worked. And I was like, this little annoying blonde being like, you're
But
going to test it? What do you mean?
Will you be sanitizing
They
it
used
before I
to-
buy it?
So I've been to a number of sex shops, and they test
Yeah.
the bullets on the tip of your nose, because the tip of your nose has the same sort of surface nerve ending as your clitoris. So they would test it on your nose to make sure that it was of the right speed and the consistency, etc. I know, I didn't know that either, but yes. So I've been to many sex shops where they brought out a bullet and put it in when they said testing it. I was like, what do you mean the first time? What? We go into a pack room? And then, so they put it on the tip of your nose.
Oh my God. By the way, we've all been
Yeah, we
touching the
have.
tips of our nose for about 45 seconds.
Yeah, because I'm like this. I'm like, well, because she's at the same nerve endings.
I mean,
I'm like,
like,
no way.
no
as in
way.
the skin. Yeah, there's the thickness of a
yeah.
skin.
I know. I was going to say I was trying direct pressure, indirect pressure, and it just wasn't the same.
I'm like, no. Yeah, now, I mean, yeah, but now there's like the amount. I love that the industry is really like, it covers every kind of body type, anatomy. You know, there are gender affirming toys designed specifically for transgender and non-binary folks. Prosthetics that double as pleasure devices. There's size inclusive options, harnesses, positioning aids, and toys with adjustable features to accommodate different body sizes, and even different genital configurations and sensitivities. They'll do like anatomically considerate designs as well.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know about that last one. That's freaking amazing.
You know, I do have to be honest and say that I don't partake in many toys. I own a bullet or two. That's it. I genuinely don't do the insertion thing. If I want to insert something, it will be a real cock. It won't be something that doesn't have a man attached to it, to be honest, because it just doesn't do anything for me. I like the feel of the weight of a man on top of me, or, you know, to be sitting on top of a man. But, you know, the bullets, you know, I have one with, I think it's got about 17 different buzz. It goes buzz, or buzz, 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 or buzz, 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 buzz. All the different pulses.
I mean, let's be real.
Okay. Can we just,
who uses all those freaking settings?
thank you. I have like one setting that I'm like, this is my
I
jam.
use the continuous
low, medium,
buzz,
high.
but I use there's a light one, there's a medium one, and then there's a fucking rag me off the bed. It's so buzzy buzz,
right?
And that's it.
And I'll tell you, that's what a lot of women say. It's like, you don't need all these other settings.
Yeah.
Just 3 really good ones, because that's all you use is the first.
Oh my
3.
gosh. Like there's like one that's on most that it's like 3 quick buzzes and then like a and then 3 quick. I'm like, I can't. I hate edging already, and this is just literally killing me. I'm like, I can't.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
No.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Smudge, I'm like you. I don't really love the insertion unless it's my partner. I just never have. It's just never been my thing. And like I think I've mentioned before, like with my partner, like we did just start introducing like toys a little bit, and I'm still trying to get used to that because I'm not used to it being anything else except him. So like, yeah, sometimes it's like you got to figure out what you like and then figure out what you don't like, and that's why I love the beauty of it. There's just so
What about
many
you, Kaza?
options.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah, same. I mean, bullet fan primarily. Not a huge insertion fan, although not opposed to it. But again, it's like, if it's like a strap-on situation, so there's a person behind it, then it's different for me. But yeah, if it's just like me inserting like a dildo, same thing.
It's the connection. It's the connection thing. So even if it's a strap-on,
it's the connection.
It connects you. You fit together, so to speak. It's that it's a bond.
Yes.
It's bonding.
It's a bond. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, it's intimidating how many there are out there. I mean, the latest craze, I think, I don't know how recent it is, but is like the clit suckers. You know,
Due to an audio, the pulsating matches itself to the audio you're listening to.
Yes, but there's just a regular one too, where like I have one that has an insertion that if you want to, you don't have to, but it hooks up so it hits your G spot. And then the other part that's off of it goes on your clit. And some will, depending on the device, some will blow air, some will suck, and some will do both. And so that seems to be very popular right now, is the little clit sucker.
Oh, yeah, just like the technology behind it.
Yes.
Oh my, it's unbelievable. I think the brand's called Lelo.
Yeah,
I
Lelo.
apologize, listeners. Yeah, Lelo. Oh my gosh, that's the very first. I don't have it. I don't know what happened to it actually. Damn it, I probably overused it. But that's like the very first kind of like sucker one. And I remember seeing it was like heat wave technology and like just all of these super sciencey sounding words that when you look it up though, you're like, wow, scientists are actually in the lab like doing all of this.
Yeah. I definitely, I've used the Bluetooth.
So awesome.
The insertion beads and devices and the clitoral stimulation that fits weird contraption. I'm sure they've got better over the years. But yes, where it's completely and utterly controlled by the other person, that outside in a restaurant or walking around, oh my God, that changed the game.
That's
click.
Yeah.
Click.
Oh, click. Yeah.
Click. That's all I'm gonna say.
I was clicking way before click, love. Clicking way before.
So we're talking about AJ's audio called "A Taste of Control" on Quinn, and it is one of, so far, a handful of audios on Quinn that no touch is even needed for enjoyment to happen.
This is true.
That whole just the
fucking Pavloved us.
Totally Pavloved us.
Oh
like,
my God. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that technology, it's incredible to even think, like, let's say you're in a long distance relationship where your partner travels a lot for work, like they can be thousands of miles away and be controlling.
Thousands of miles away and in your vagina.
Oh my
and in
God.
your vagina. Like
freaking perfect.
And not to mention, Smudge, like the ones that can go with a playlist.
God, don't even get me started. I mean, just crazy. Honestly.
I mean, playlist with commands, music,
and to audios.
Or
so,
your rhythm, like...
will Quinn become the first platform of audio erotica to create an audio that syncs to your toy?
That will be the end of Jules' productivity forever.
I'm going to retire.
I think in, what is this, episode 9 or 10? I can't remember right now. 10, I think. I think just in 10 episodes alone, Smudge, you have given Quinn at least 3 groundbreaking ideas.
Yes, thank Quinn, you can call me, but I do have a lawyer.
Yeah. But this one is really good. Like,
can you imagine it? There's a whole segment on, because it's only growing. That particular part of the sex industry and the sex toy industry is only growing. So why wouldn't they get involved? Why? I mean, an audio creator. I mean, especially like somebody like AJ or Nordio or Bad Influence or any of them really. Alice. I mean, we've spoken to a lot of them. They're all innovative and they all really want to do all these new things that they're bringing out. And this will just be, oh my God, just how much closer would you feel to that audio? Yeah.
Wow.
I literally am over here like losing my mind over this. I'm going to be so
might be orgasming in her chair.
Oh, incredible.
I mean, seriously though, that would be... Talk about immersive.
Yeah, absolutely incredible.
That's
there you go.
Whole
Quinn.
New level of oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Win. In the moment. I have a question for you girls. Do you remember your first toy or your first time that you ever like realized something felt good like with what you were using?
It's funny because I thought about this for a second and I was trying to remember the first time I bought a toy.
Mine wasn't a toy.
Yeah, mine probably wasn't a toy. It was climbing the ropes.
Oh, nice.
Cool. But yeah. But no, I don't think I bought a toy until I was probably in my 30s.
Yeah, so similar. I wasn't in my 30s, but I found out what felt good from that good old shower. I just called it a hose.
The nozzle.
Shower hose.
The shower head?
Yeah, the shower head.
Yeah, that was where I was probably like 7th grade, maybe 8th grade, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice." But then you're in 8th grade. Back in those days, you couldn't go to CVS or at other convenience store, wherever you are. And you
Oh.
can literally buy a vibrator at CVS. I could walk down the street right now and just buy it.
Yeah. Go to the pharmacy and
Yeah,
buy
but
one.
like, remember when we used to not.
So you were in the shower and just the water just happened to hit there and you
Yeah,
were
I had
like,
one of those
something felt good.
adjustable. It like came off of the shower and it was like long, and I was like showering myself, and I was like, "Whoo, ooh, what was that tingle I just felt?" And I still to this day remember it. And then I remember I would start taking really long showers, and I wasn't fooling anyone. My parents would be like, "Why are you running the water at that specific pressure?" And I'm like, "Because I have knots in my back."
Why is our
okay?
water bill $6,000?
But I think this is an interesting conversation though, Jules. So when you felt that like tingling and you were like, "Oh, that kind of feels good." Like, did you understand what was going on? Did you
So,
know it was
like
like
we
a
said before, I have a wonderful, wonderful family, super, not taboo about this stuff anymore. But, we were very religious. So we just didn't talk
Yep.
about that stuff. And so I think I've mentioned
Yeah.
I used to like read like erotic novels in 5th grade, like on the sneak, because I was like, whoa, this is making me tingle too. I was like,
Okay.
in 5th grade. But I
Oh,
do
okay.
remember, which makes me kind of come back to the whole post-nut clarity thing that we were talking about earlier, is I do remember the first time like I ever did have an orgasm, probably for the very first time. I remember it was like 5 seconds of like, what just happened? And then I remember I was like, oh God, no, 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 I shouldn't have done that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then, I kept doing it. And
Yep.
as you get older, that shame starts lessening and things. But
Yeah.
again, I don't think it was till I was, I want to
Mhm.
say 18 that I even thought about buying anything, but it was because you had to be a certain age to go into one of those stores where you could buy that,
Yeah.
And there was,
Yeah.
there was no online, so you couldn't do it
Interesting.
online either.
What about you, Kaza?
Yeah. I think I probably bought my first toy in my 20s. I literally can't remember. I mean, it would have been with my wife because we've been together forever. And yeah, it was going it was going into the amazing stores is what they're called, amazing stores. And it was always like even how it's set up, it's not so much like this anymore, but the amazing stores, that's a name here in the US, like the street facing side of the building, the windows were all covered up.
Yep.
And you had to drive around back to go in the back. So right away you're feeling like you're doing something wrong, dirty, shameful, like
Yes.
whatever. So to even go in there and then you just kind of go, oh my God, are there other people in here? And again, back then it was not only I'm walking into a sex toy store, but I'm walking in as a same-sex couple. That long ago was so we walk in there with the whole like, not only are we going to be possibly judged, which you're not because other people are in there too, but are there going to be any opinions or whatever? So it was tricky for us. I remember we were both kind of like work up the courage, and certainly one wouldn't go without the other. To walk into a sex toy store together was like, it was big, but now we did.
I haven't used a sex toy in any of my non-dom sub relationships. So, but going into a sex store for the first time to buy my submissive toys for my dominant was crazy. It was always a thing where I bought what I wanted and he said that I buy what I feel comfortable with, and that he doesn't bring in a toy that I haven't purchased myself, so that I know how it's used and I know that I've bought it and blah blah blah. Yeah, going in for the first time, I was like, oh my God, just like, what does that do? Because there wasn't, when I knew, which was, I was in my teens. So yeah, I was probably 11, 12, I think, when I knew that I was what I wanted and what I liked. So I didn't go into a sex shop then.
Right.
But by the time I did, there wasn't any internet back then. There wasn't any TV where it showed it. There was nothing. So, I walked into a sex shop when I was 18, literally close to my 18th birthday, and I was like, oh my God, what on earth?
Yeah.
This is
True.
like fucking
Yes.
Walmart.
So before you went in,
to me.
Smudge, did you
Like,
you said you
get
had an idea
everything,
of what you
get
liked and stuff,
everything.
but so did you
Like
have an idea of the
Target.
types of toys you were going to be looking for, or did you get some
No,
advice
I mean,
from the workers?
when the internet first came out, I was, looking in the deep dark web. So I kind of asked a couple of people as well. So it was just an idea as I walked in, and I'd heard of nipple clamps and vaginal clamps and electricity
Mhm.
play stuff, but I've
Yeah.
never seen anything and I've never felt it. For God's sake, lay there occasionally every now and again, and pinch a nipple really hard and see what it felt like, that type of stuff. But yeah, and the toys. Oh my God! Back then, now. I mean, I look at some of them and I think, some genius has, some fucking person with loads of degrees and a master's and, has designed it. It's incredible. Just incredible. And I think fucking fair play to the industry because you've acknowledged, you've listened to the listeners and gone, we need to build all this. This is and it's a massive industry. I mean, I don't really know the ins and outs of how much, but it must be £1 billion, let alone $1 billion one.
What I found really interesting is that the sale of bondage toys increased by 50% after 50 Shades of Grey came out.
Oh yeah.
Like 50%. And Benoit balls after 50 Shades of Grey, 350%.
Oh yeah.
Increase.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know what those were until 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
I was a young.
Oh my God! I should have got shares.
Same. I was like, what's this?
No, I was like
350%. Like, yeah. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, it was an untapped market without question. All those people that
No, it's true. It's just unbelievable how far it's come. And I mean, the vibrator I currently have, I just nodded my head like it was next to me, but like mine still takes batteries. And I know. And I've had a couple members of our community just be like, "What are you doing? Where is your USB? Like, what are you doing, you cave woman?"
Yeah, go back and use your 8-inch stone dildo.
I mean, someone in the creator community that we're in that recommended like this little bullet that they're like, you can get it at Target, and I mean, it was like $12. She was like, it was really good. I order it. I order it for curbside pickup.
That's empowerment.
And then I make Melissa pick it up. But she was out doing errands. But really, like, Jules, USB, $12, and it's really good. I'm so impressed by this thing. So yeah.
I could literally just walk down to CVS that I can almost see from my house.
Yeah, no more batteries. Like, Jesus.
Now, AAA's like don't last very long.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I have little like USB plug right next to my bed, so boop, it's getting charged.
And I made sure I got the one where if you plug it in, it doesn't not work anyway. You can still use it while it's plugged in.
That feels risky.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Well, it's only USB. I mean, I mean, it's tiny. Yeah, but it's only a bullet. It's not an insertion. It's a bullet.
Yeah.
I mean, it stays on the outside, so we're good. Yeah. And unless I'm listening to Orcus, it's not that wet.
Do you want to hear some quick, cool facts that I found?
Always.
Little fun facts. So,
yes.
It is illegal to own more than 6 obscene devices or dildos in the state of Texas in the U.S.
Until you said Texas, I was surprised. And then you said Texas. I was like, yeah, of course.
Right. But yeah. Sex toys are outlawed in India completely.
Yep.
Sex toys were banned from shops in 1999 in Alabama. Of course. According to the Assistant Attorney General, there is no fundamental right for a person to buy a device to produce orgasm. Like, that needs to be written in the fucking Constitution or something.
Stop it right now, the way my blood just boiled.
I know. And then finally, the world's most expensive sex toy. Are you ready for this?
Oh, God, yeah.
Is worth a staggering $1 million.
$1 million.
It's created by an Australian jeweler. It has a solid platinum body and is encrusted with blue sapphires, South Sea pearls, and more than 2,000 white and rare pink diamonds.
I would be scared of losing one of them. Like,
unless it's like a piece of art and you just want to display it.
I mean, that's going in a museum.
That just looks like a fancy kaleidoscope. Yeah. Otherwise, then that's all it looks like.
I mean, come on. I mean, seriously, no one's buying that.
Any bling to insert in my thing. It's fine. I don't know.
Ew. I didn't even like when that. Remember, people used to bedazzle the vajayjay. Do you remember that was a thing for a bit?
Oh yeah, bedazzle.
Bedazzling. I'm not
Bedazzling?
bedazzling anything. If that blue sapphire doesn't
No.
make me come just by
Yeah.
looking at it, like
Yeah.
no.
And
no.
I need to be a guaranteed multiple for even yeah.
Yes.
Who has the money?
100%.
Seriously.
That's
Oh.
stupid money.
That's so
like
Yeah.
fuck it money.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
There-
But I mean, it's like, for something that may have been shameful in the past. I mean, certainly is much more common now, much more talked about. But also, just like I saw that a study showed that women who use sex toys can be more, or tend to be more consistent with getting pelvic exams, caring about their vaginal health.
Yeah, I can see that.
And even some medical professionals found, and this is really helpful for all my perimenopausal women out there, or if menopausal, postmenopausal, that regular use of vibrators can be beneficial and help fight vaginal
I can
dryness.
absolutely say that that's good advice and very true. Yeah,
it's like,
definitely. Yeah, but I also think from the other side of the coin as well. Sorry to switch the conversation. Do we think that men are becoming more comfortable with their partners, women using sex toys, where they think of it as a mutual pleasure thing rather than she's using a vibrator, she doesn't want my dick anymore, and getting quite sort of defensive and paranoid about the fact that, dildos are taking over the world?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I think it's probably it's going to be depending on how fragile their ego is.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, but I think that there is always that conversation of like, oh, what? That's not a replacement for me, or I guess you don't need me anymore. But to what we were talking about earlier, it's about the connection with the person. So I think we're at least moving in the direction of toys being an addition to the intimacy and the pleasure of a couple versus a threat to the man. But I would be curious to know, listeners, and if there are any men listening,
yes, please.
And also anyone who's partners, husbands, whatever, I'd be curious to hear from our listeners what the men in their lives think about vibrators.
What their experiences are, whether it's changed over, the years that you've been with that person, that you didn't think about it before and then you introduced it, and what their reactions were. There's been fleshlights and things for men out for fucking years. And women have not gone, oh my God, he uses a fleshlight, that means he won't need my mouth or vagina anymore. We don't piss and moan about it. We just go, oh, well, I'll use it on you then. It's fine. What does that feel like, Whereas men are quite defensive in, their manliness.
I mean, I think about the women in my life. The women would be like, oh, good, someone else can take care of you.
Someone else can do it. Like, great.
Just took that off my job description. Perfect. But I thought it was interesting I can't remember what the first one was, but there have been several Quinn audios that I've listened to where it's M for F, and the male creator introduces a vibrator into the scene, and so there's no like, a lot of them do it where it's like,
a lot of them.
Yeah, do you see, it's an enhancement. It's not a replacement.
Yes.
So fucking relax.
Nobody gets a dildo pic. It's a dick pic. Nobody gets sent a dildo pic. We're not around taking, minges, selfies, of our minges, or, fucking hell.
But man, I don't know. I say toys for the win. I also want to hear from the listeners, like, what is your favorite toy?
Oh,
please.
Yeah.
You can either email us if you want us to know who you are, or I think on our updated website, I think you can submit oh, you know what? You can leave us a voicemail.
Yeah.
On our new little website. Anonymous voicemail.
Jules needs to do a little poll, doesn't she? To do a poll on our socials.
Yes, we'll do a poll.
The most popular
Yeah,
ones.
my poll will be selfish because I need to get myself a really good new one and not, like we said, be a cave woman. So the poll coming.
Yeah, battery operated poll. Oh, well, ladies, well, that's it. We've got to go and charge our toys now.
I gotta go put some more AAAs in mine.
So we have to name this
my
episode.
God, I literally forget about this every time.
I didn't forget.
Yet somehow I usually win. Well,
yeah, I actually came up with one this time. I was just going back to it.
Go on then, Jules. Go on then. Drum roll.
All right, mine that I've come up with is Carbs and Climax.
I had that, but I had carbohydrate cock.
I also was going to say Quinn class, but like I say that so many times in it. But so those.
I also had post nut clarity because fucking loved it.
I had post nut clarity. Oh no, I didn't have that one. I just
Yeah.
thought of it. All right, so I
Oh,
had 2.
you just yeah. So yeah, I've got carbohydrate cock and post-nut clarity. They're my
All
2.
right, mine's Quinn class and Carbs and Climax.
I had Carbs and Climax, and then that's the only one I thought of. Let me think right now, based off of what
I
we
mean,
talked
yeah.
about.
I mean, that makes for good podcasting. Complete silence, Kaza. While you think. I mean, you take your time. I mean, it'll get lost in the edit, hopefully, but you know, whatever.
I can't edit it out yet, fucking cunt.
Buzz.
I guess I'm just gonna go with Carbs and Climax then.
So we've got carbs and climax, or technically post-nut clarity. There's 2 votes for each.
Oh, wait, I have a question though. Because if we choose Carbs and Climax, I technically win, right? Since it was in my.
Oh, here we
I
go
said it.
again. Yes, you did say it.
I don't want Jules to try to
Wait a
steal
minute,
the
just
win.
because someone
'cause I
says
said
something,
Carbs
I
and
thought it was
Climax.
we take everything and then you come up with. I'm gonna have to look back and.
No,
damn it.
it's you can say it,
No.
but it's whoever said it.
No, Spud, she's right. It doesn't have to be who said it.
I said wait because
But my
then
question
you're not-
here is,
I said yippee ki melon farmer.
yes, exactly. So if we were saying that, Jules would have
I
won
didn't
that.
win that.
Didn't. So it's whoever uses it as a title.
Okay,
I'd say it's a
win.
yeah,
it's a win for you
it's a
both.
two-
Jules,
it's a tie.
Jules, oh my God, I'm so excited.
Jules has her first win.
I just came on this episode of Quincast.
Yeah. So you have been listening
I
to
love it.
Quincast, Carbs and Climax.
I love this episode.
So
Oh
fun.
my God. Oh, fun as always, ladies. Looking forward to the next one.
Always
So thanks
fun.
everybody, as
Always.
always, for listening to Quincast. We love you so much, our Cliticins. Please do remember to rate us and leave comments. It means a lot because it helps us reach more
It
people.
really, really helps us.
Yeah, I know it's like it matters. It really matters. We want to get as many people involved in this conversation as possible, and you can help us do that by sharing it, commenting, rating, etc., following us on social media, blah blah blah. So thank you so much for listening. This has been Kaza. Your voice matters.
This is Jules. Go put those lips to good use.
And this has been Smurge. Keep wanking.